Forget missiles. Trump's planning to choke China at the source, oil, and Beijing's preparing for war. One of the most explosive power plays in modern history. A Trump strategy that doesn't just sanction China, it strangles its lifeline. The target? A pipeline pumping Russian oil straight into Beijing's war chest. This isn't diplomacy, it's economic warfare with global shockwaves. High risk, higher stakes. And if this plan is real, it could redraw every line in the Pacific without a single shot being fired. Leaked intel circling Capitol Hill and NATO war rooms points to a chilling strategy. Trump's advisors are reportedly plotting to choke off Russian oil, not just to Europe, but deep into Asia. But the real pressure point, China, nearly a third of its crude flows through Russian pipelines and tankers cutting across the Arctic and Pacific. Shut that down! And you don't just hit Putin where it hurts, you paralyze Beijing. This isn't just sanctions. It's strategic decapitation. Trump's camp is reportedly eyeing naval choke points, economic sabotage, and pressure on nations like India to choke off Russian crude at the source. And here's the twist. China's economy is already wobbling. One flick of the switch, and the ripple effect could detonate across Asia like a financial earthquake, putting the global economy at risk. This could be the most aggressive U.S. energy play since World War II. But can Trump actually do this? What would China and Putin do in response? Insiders say Trump's team is digging up Cold War-era playbooks, reviving energy control tactics once used to crush adversaries without firing a shot. At the heart of it, a re-engineered Defense Production Act, weaponized to freeze oil exports and reroute global supply chains on America's terms. And it doesn't stop there. Behind closed doors, there's growing buzz about teaming up with Japan and Australia to lock down critical shipping lanes, turning trade routes into pressure points. It's no longer negotiation. It's economic warfare from every angle. China's state media is already sounding the alarm, labeling the rumored plan economic terrorism. Meanwhile, Russian outlets are laughing it off, mocking Trump and claiming the U.S. no longer has the muscle to pull it off. But here's the part they're not broadcasting. New satellite intel shows Beijing quietly repositioning oil tankers in the South China Sea, while Russian warships slip into new routes with zero fanfare. These aren't just drills, these are moves you make when you're bracing for impact. So ask yourself, are we watching defense or the opening act of something far more dangerous? Hardline Republicans are already rallying behind the strategy, one calling it the economic Hiroshima China deserves. But not everyone's cheering. Senator Rand Paul says it's a one-way ticket to World War III. And Elon Musk? He dropped a warning of his own. Crashing China's energy means crashing the entire world economy. Is Trump risking global collapse? This isn't just about Ukraine or oil. It's about control. Trump's team believes that if they can sever China's energy supply, it'll break Beijing's support for Putin, maybe even trigger regime tremors. But if that bet backfires, we're not looking at strategy. We're staring down the barrel of a second Cold War. Power move or provocation? Global energy markets are already on edge. Oil prices surged 4% after a single leaked memo. In Brussels and Tokyo, diplomats are scrambling for answers, demanding clarity before the fuse burns too low. And in Beijing, officials are reportedly reviewing retaliatory options, from cyber attacks to rare earth export bans that could cripple Western tech supply chains. This isn't just a warning shot. It's the sound of escalation taking shape. What do you think? Should Trump cut China's oil to end Russia's war? Or is this a reckless move that could set the world on fire? A strategic choke on China's oil flow might break the alliance with Putin or ignite a global firestorm. Either way, the clock's ticking. Subscribe for more turning points and power plays they don't want you to see. Inside Room 45, because what they're not telling you might be the most important part of the story.